All right. Looks like we are going live, everyone. Hey, how are you doing? Happy Friday. Um, Welcome to today's live. I decided to do a live this morning because Black Friday was just here. And I don't know about you, but you just buy a lot of gear during Black Friday. And I was just thinking about gear regrets. So most of the time I'll buy gear and then I'll regret it later because I don't use it as much as I thought I would, or maybe it didn't do what I thought it might do. And then I regret buying gear. But this year, I bought a piece of gear that now, after I purchased it, I regret not buying it sooner. And it has to do with my audio setup. So I figured I'd hop on today and number one, share with you what that piece of gear is. And number two, just kind of show you the audio setup. And then we can also compare some of the microphones that I've been using now for quite a while. So, anyway, if you are tuning in today, welcome. Feel free to ask any questions and I can address those during this live stream. But we have the overhead camera going on today as well. This is my setup, Broadcaster Pro 2, A10 Mini Pro ISO. I do have a little monitor right here. If you look behind me, same thing going on over here. Rodecaster Pro 2, A10 Mini Pro ISO. We've got a monitor here. Obviously, I'm streaming on YouTube right here. You can see the overhead camera rig up there. The main camera is over there with the key light. And then, hi everyone. That's just so you can kind of see what's going on behind the scenes. But I'll be cruising through all these different shots during the live stream today, so that you get an idea of what we're working with here. So we'll go back over to the Shure SM7B. Okay, let me pull my notes up here. I have mission control going on. So the monitor I'm looking at is way across the way. So let's pull my notes over and we'll go ahead and get started. But while we're getting started, I'm curious to know, did you find any good Black Friday deals or Cyber Monday deals? Any good camera deals? Man, there's so many good cameras out. I'm going to do a gear regrets on cameras and probably lighting in the future. I figured I'd start with audio though first. Lots of people asking me, especially this time of year, what camera should I buy? And my question to them is always, what does your audio situation look like? In my opinion, audio is probably the most important thing and probably the first thing you should invest in. That's just my opinion. Good cameras, of course, you want things to look good, but man, phone cameras look great now. It's just unbelievable to me how great that tech is. And I don't know, lighting is important too. In my opinion, it's audio, lighting, and then camera. But if you tune in any video and the audio's garbage, then you're going to tune away. You are likely to stay around longer, even if the lighting is not great, but if the message is good. And when I'm referring to lighting, I mean like purchasing studio lighting. I have a window here in the office that I can use as my key light during the day whenever I need to. And that acts as a great light source. So oftentimes it's just about finding a good light source. But as far as audio goes, it makes a huge difference. So anyways, I will be checking the chat. So feel free to chime in. And yeah, let's get into it. So my typical recording environment is here in my studio. I do have some soundproofing over on one of the walls in my podcast area. I have rugs on the floor, but I have a hardwood floor in here. I have a ceiling fan. I live in Las Vegas. So in the summertime, the air conditioning is going nonstop and it gets pretty cold here in the wintertime too. So there are times when the heat's going. And, over the course of many years, trying to figure out the type of microphones and audio setup that will work best in this environment, well, it's taken a little bit of time, but I think I've landed on a couple of pretty good options I'm going to go over today. And then, of course, the one big purchase that I actually made this year, I made the purchase, uh, I don't know, in November. But this item never goes on sale. This particular microphone never goes on sale. So I just bit the bullet and made the purchase this year. I'd been saving up for it for a while. I think I'd been thinking about buying this microphone for like 2 years. It's not the Shure SM7B. This is what I'm speaking into now. But the point is that um, I didn't want to make this purchase because it was expensive, like camera body expensive. And so I put it off and I've been experimenting with alternatives. Those are the microphones that we're going to look at a little bit closer today. But these are microphones that I wanted to be able to use in my studio environment here, but also if I'm going on site with a client. I'm not always in a soundproof environment. I would love to be. It's just not a realistic situation for me. I can control lighting more than I can control sound. So I've just really been focused on the different types of microphones that are out there and what works best in these types of environments. So I am going to do some microphone comparisons later on. I have a ceiling fan right above me here, so I'm actually going to turn that on also, so that you can get an idea of like what a normal room would sound like. Outside this window, couple times a week. You have all the neighbors around here are doing their lawn work. That's when their landscapers come. So there's that type of noise happens. If somebody comes to the door, in fact, we're dog sitting for some friends, and they are going to be dropping their dog off this afternoon, and it might get noisy. Also, I have dogs; they bark. So, in order to record in this environment, I've had to find ways to be creative about what it is I'm doing. And one is finding the right microphones in these types of situations. And two, man, the tech that's out now, the AI technology that's out now, especially for audio, is really, really good. I use Final Cut Pro, and I know that if you're using Adobe or even DaVinci, then there are options in the editor to apply voice isolation. So that means it's processing the audio for you and it's removing any background noise. There's other tools out there that are doing that now too. So for me, I want to optimize my audio as much as possible in this space, in an echoey space with fan noise and lawnmowers and whatever else. I want to optimize it as much as possible. But now we do have the luxury of having those voice isolation tools on the back end. So that is really, really nice. Um, so, with that said, now that you know kind of the environment I'm recording in here, when I'm going out to record with a client, I'm in their office or I'm outside, or, oftentimes I'm walking into a situation that I'm not sure exactly what the audio environment's going to be. Um, Most of the time, it's not sound treated. It's just not going to be sound treated unless I'm going into a studio. But for the types of jobs that I do, and then also for recording here on my YouTube channel, um, yeah, I don't have that luxury. So these are all considerations to make when I have made my audio purchases. So for today's setup, let's go ahead and get into the microphones. You've been hearing me on the Shure SM7B. I purchased the Shure SM7B for any podcast recording that I do, or here in the studio. I use these for all of my podcast recordings, for my YouTube videos. But more importantly, this microphone does a really good job at isolating your voice, especially when you have it this close to your mouth, in close proximity. I like the way that my voice sounds with this microphone. It's going to remove a lot of the background noise. And again, tests, and I'll turn the ceiling fan on. And yeah, so I use this microphone a lot. I use it with the Rodecaster Pro 2. I'm using the default settings in the Rodecaster Pro 2 for this microphone. I have the gain set at 65 decibels. This is with processing on, and then I'll turn the processing off, and that's what the Shure SM7B sounds like when I'm using the Rodecaster Pro 2. So again, just the base settings out of this microphone. So next we'll do is we're actually going to go to a microphone that you're not going to be able to see. We'll switch over to this one. This one, this is the Rode Wireless Go 2. So I have this clipped underneath my shirt. If you have clients who wear undershirts or bras or tank tops or anything like that, there is a trick. I've made a video about it. You can use the Rode Wireless Go 2, or you can clip the wireless microphone under the shirt. It's hidden. It stays there. It works really well. It's a secret of mine. I did a little video about it. I'll put a link in that description once I post this video, where to find that info. But the Rode Wireless Go 2, you can see it syncs directly to the Rodecaster Pro 2. So that means I don't need the receiver. I'm only using the transmitter, and the transmitter is the microphone that's underneath my shirt. So this is what the Rode Wireless Go 2 sounds like. So lots of times in a noisy environment like this one, I'm going to turn to a wireless mic or a lavalier mic, because it also does a pretty good job at deflecting any outside noise. It's going to have a more of a natural room feel to it. The proximity of the microphone, is within that hang loose pinky thumb distance. And this is what that sounds like. This is what the Rode Wireless Go 2 sounds like. Again, I'm running it through the Rodecaster Pro 2. Let's go ahead and look at these settings right now. I do have processing turned on. Let's turn the processing off so that you can see what this microphone sounds like when it's just attached directly to the Rodecaster Pro 2. All I did was sync it prior to getting on this live stream. I'm going to turn the processing back on so that you can hear the difference. But that is the Wireless Go 2. So, the Wireless Go 2 system is $287. I looked at this morning. That's the cost of it. That's the cost of the 2 microphone system. So 2 transmitters to 1 receiver. In this case, with the Rodecaster Pro 2, you can only connect 1 microphone per source. And Rode, how come you're only letting us connect to 2 inputs? So I can only connect 2 wireless microphones at a time, although the Rodecaster Pro 2 has 4 inputs. So just so you know, if you are purchasing a Wireless Go 2, you can only connect 2 microphones via channel 1 and channel 2. So that is a downside to the Rode Wireless Go 2. The upside is, you just connect directly. There is a trick that I use. If you get a little adapter, it's an XLR to 3.5 millimeter adapter. What you can do is plug one of those adapters into the back here, and then you just you use the receiver, but you plug that in. I'll link a video down below. I have a video on that as well. So you can connect at least 4 wireless microphones to the Rodecaster Pro 2. 2 of them you can do it without the receiver. The other 2 you have to use a receiver, and you use the little adapter. You could expand it to even more, but start to get a little tricky. But either way, this is what the Rode Wireless Go 2 sounds like running into the Rodecaster Pro 2. And again, this is a microphone setup that I use often if I'm in kind of a noisier environment. So now what we'll do is let's talk about shotgun mics. So we have the Shure SM7B. By the way, the Shure SM7B is $399. Once we start to look at shotgun mics, you're looking at one right here. This is the Octava MK-012. So let me show you this microphone. This is a condenser microphone. And let's just see here. Let me get off of the Wireless Go 2. And now you're listening to the Octava. Sorry, right here. Now you're listening to the Octava MK-012. And this is a microphone that I purchased a while ago because I didn't want to spend the amount of money that I spent on the fourth microphone we'll go over in a minute. But let's just take a look at this setup. So these condenser microphones are really small in size, and they come in sets of two. And the set of two means that these two microphones have been optimized to work with each other. I'm not a complete audio expert, but while they're setting up these mics and configuring them, what they do is they'll do them in pairs. So they're configured exactly the same. So if you're using them in pairs, you're going to get the same sound out of those microphones. So that's kind of why I bought the set. I looked at the price of these microphones of this set this morning. It's $930, but you get two microphones. So this is how they come in the pack, and you're listening to this microphone right now. You get the base mic, but then it also comes with these capsules. So you get cardioid, omnidirectional, and hypercardioid options. So if you look at these, let's see here. If you can see the little, can't find the little thing. There it is. So this one is omnidirectional. I don't know if you can see, there's a little circle. It looks like a circle. There we go. So this has the different capsules that you can put on each microphone, whether you want the cardioid, the hypercardioid, or the omnidirectional microphone. It also comes with little holder and also a minus 10 dB addition to the microphone. So what I did is, the reason why I purchased these ones is because I thought I could use them for interviews, also for podcasts if I wanted, or as shotgun mics. In fact, I use these a lot with my FX3s. If I'm filming an event, I'll use these as the shotgun mic. And oftentimes I'll use the I'll use the cardioid one in those situations. But here now, the capsule that I have on here right now is the hypercardioid. So what that's doing is it's really focusing the audio pattern. I have it pointed directly towards my chin area, my mouth area. And so that's what this one sounds like. Now, I don't remember what I paid. I'm sure I did not pay $930 for this set of mics. I can't confirm this, but I think I paid more like in the $600 to $700 range. So the reason why I went with this again is because you get a set, and I thought that the quality was pretty good. This is what it sounds like right now. So that's the Octava set. This is what I've primarily been using before I bought the mic that I'm about to go over. So let's go ahead and listen to that microphone now. All right, right now you are listening to the Sennheiser MKH50. So this is the microphone. You can probably see it in the overhead here. You might even be able to see it. It's this right here. All right. So this is a super cardioid condenser microphone. I love how this microphone sounds. It costs $1,200. It came with a shock mount, a little foam cover, and the microphone. But I love this mic. I don't know if you can tell the difference. Let's go between the Octava. Here's the Octava, and here is the Sennheiser MKH50. So I think it's the MK418 or 416. So that microphone, I was looking at that one too, but it's more of a shotgun outdoor type microphone. I really wanted something here in the studio that I could use for my YouTube videos. Look, anything I can do to optimize the audio for my recordings, to make my workflow as efficient as possible, that's what I'm going to do. So anyway, I've had this microphone for a couple of weeks now. If you've listened to the last couple of videos I put out, you are hearing the Sennheiser MKH50. I love the sound that's coming out of this microphone, and I think it does a really good job at rejecting noise here in the studio. The other thing too is, let me show you what I do when I'm recording my YouTube videos. On the Rodecaster Pro 2, I use one of the headphone out jacks, and I plug this directly into the camera. So whatever I'm recording here, I'm just feeding that directly into the camera, and it's with this microphone, it's working out very, very well. So this is the latest and greatest addition to my audio setup. This is the purchase I wish I had done a lot sooner. I mean, if you add up the totals of these other microphones that I've been using, they have been great. I think they've gotten me so far, but I really feel like my audio is elevated at this point. So if you are looking into investing in your audio, I definitely recommend looking into the Sennheiser MKH50. You're listening to that one now, and I'm loving it so far. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below what you think. So with that said, let's run through each of these microphones so that you can get a nice comparison. And then I'm also going to turn the ceiling fan on so that you can hear it with room noise. And we'll kind of go from there. So you have been listening to the Sennheiser mic. And let's compare that with the Octava here. The Octava is this microphone right here. This is also a cardioid mic. So hypercardioid is what you're listening to now. And this is in comparison to the Sennheiser MKH50. It still sounds great. I like the sound of the Sennheiser to me. I have a higher pitched voice, and so this tends to make it sound fuller, and I like it. I like how it's coming out. So this is now the Octava. The reason why I like these shotgun microphones is because when it comes to the Shure SM7B, I don't always want a microphone in my face. And to get the best sound out of that microphone, you do need to have that in close proximity, in my opinion. So that's why I do like these other options. The Octava to me is a little on the higher end, especially when I have a higher voice. I also have a softer voice. So I do think that this microphone does a good job at capturing my voice. But I do like the fuller sound of the Sennheiser. So let's hop on over now to the Wireless Go 2. This is the Rode Wireless Go 2, and it is a little further away. It's behind my shirt. It sounds pretty similar if I have a lavalier mic also, but this is also a great option. To me, this microphone, though, it does add a little bit of work to my workflow. When I do export this audio, when I am in my editor, I'm definitely going to use voice isolation. With the Sennheiser MKH50, I'm not having to use voice isolation all the time. So either way, that's what the Wireless Go 2 sounds like. And of course, here is the Shure SM7B. This microphone, I love the way this one sounds when it's in close proximity to my voice. So it's right here next to my face. Now, if I'm pulling this away a little bit, then you're going to pick up more of that room noise. But I like the sound of this microphone too. But like I said, I don't always want a microphone right in my face. And the Sennheiser and the Octava give me the opportunity to boom the mic and pick that up. So I'm going to turn the ceiling fan on now since we have this Shure SM7B. There's a little kind of a slight buzz to the ceiling fan that I use as well that's in the room. So that's on now. It's wintertime. It's a little cold out. I just put on medium, but we'll have this on for a little while so that you can hear what it sounds like. So I don't know if you can hear that fan noise. That's the Shure SM7B. Let's switch over to the Rode Wireless Go 2. All right, this is the Rode Wireless Go 2. And I'm curious to know if we'll be able to hear that fan noise in this microphone. Now, this one's a little different because I do have the microphone underneath my shirt. My shirts should protect from the wind a little bit. All right, let's switch on over to the Octava. All right. Now this does come with a foam cover. I don't have the foam cover on, obviously, right now. It's definitely picking up that background noise. Now, I think a lot of it has to do with the processor on the Rode Wireless Go 2. So let's go ahead and just turn the processing off. Yeah. So that wind noise and the processing is definitely making a difference on this microphone. Let's switch over to the Sennheiser. All right, we're now on the Sennheiser MKH50. And again, this microphone right here, you can probably see it in the shot. This microphone does come with a foam cover also. I'm just leaving it off for this video so that you can hear the difference. Not hearing as much as the Octava, but I can definitely hear that fan noise. So we'll go ahead and turn the ceiling fan off, especially since we don't need it in the wintertime. But I think the Shure SM7B does a great job at just rejecting background noise altogether, even if the microphone is not right up to you. But it's just such a great microphone. So this is definitely a purchase that I enjoy. Now, when it comes to the shotgun mics or the microphones that I might boom for videos, tell me what you think. Do you like the Sennheiser, the Octava? What do you think about this microphone? I think this is a little bit of a surprise. In fact, we'll go over to the Octava now. That's what that sounds like. Um, again, I'm still going to continue to use this microphone when I'm out and about as a shotgun mic. If I'm ever capturing events or need to pick up higher quality audio for anything, I have two of those, so I can take them both. But all in all, the Sennheiser MKH50, I'm really enjoying this microphone. This is the one that you're hearing right now. Yeah, let me know what you think. Which one of these microphones would you use in just a regular studio environment that's not sound treated? There might be noises happening and things like that. What do you think of all these microphones? So Shure SM7B, the Octava, let's see, MK-012. We've got the Sennheiser, and oh yeah, and the Rode Wireless Go 2 that's under my shirt, and the Sennheiser. So the links to all these items are in the description down below. And what do you think? Would you have regretted not making this purchase? You know, the Sennheiser, because it's $1,200, I just kept putting it off and putting it off. You know, I have a Sony a6700 body, which is about the same price. So it's like, do I purchase a camera or do I purchase this microphone? Not only that, but this one is more expensive than I think some other options out there, even some Sennheiser options that are out there. I think for the studio, I'm just blown away by the quality of this microphone. I really enjoy using it. So easy. I just have it on a little boom arm. I can move this microphone, you know, wherever I need to while I'm recording my videos. And as I mentioned before, I'm just running the audio through my Rodecaster Pro 2. I'm using a headphone out, and I'm plugging this right into the camera. And then what I do here, this knob, is I just adjust my audio levels. So while I'm recording, I can look at the camera and I can look at the audio levels, and I can just adjust right where I need those audio levels. And then when I'm pulling that recording out of the camera and into my editor on my computer, it is probably like 95% optimized at that point. I might apply the voice isolation depending on the situation, and you know, you can adjust voice isolation so it doesn't have to be at 100%. You want to adjust it accordingly. So I'm using it, you know, maybe 1, 2, 3, 4%, just to get those tiny little background noises out of the recording. But this has streamlined my workflow. I really enjoy how this microphone makes my voice sound. And, you know, is this something I wish I had done sooner? Yeah, I do. I do. I think I could probably eliminate, you know, at least the Octavas. That's a $930 purchase. And if I had a choice between two of those or one of the Sennheisers, I'd go with the Sennheiser and, you know, just use other shotgun mic options if I'm out and about at events. It's that good. So anyway, that's what's happening. That's my gear regret in this video. What's your gear regret? Leave it in the comment below. And hey, happy Friday, everyone. I hope you'll have a great weekend. Thanks for joining me on today's live stream, or if you are rewatching this. And until next time, take care, and I'll see you in the next video.